everyone! We are almost over with our spring break, so I decided to give you a break. But now that we're gonna start school online, we're gonna be back to school next week. We need to go back to action with our volleyball practice. Even though we cannot play all together, we should keep practicing individual drills and wall drills. So when we get back to action, we are pretty into the game. Okay, so if you're under 12, you should be using this ball, which is a lighter version. Okay, and if you're over 12, you just use the official ball. Okay, all you're gonna need is yourself, a ball, and a wall. Okay, and a hard floor, as long as it's not in the grass or anything like that. Okay, so let's get to it. This is gonna be our warm-up exercise, our first exercise. You can do a lot of touches with your forearms, and you can vary left arms only, right arm only, and you can also shift from one side to the other. Make sure you bend your knees well and you create space. That's gonna make you create space with your arms, so you can always try to touch the sweet spot of your forearm. Very good practice for warm-up. Our second warm-up is going to be hitting against the wall. This is a very good exercise. You should do it daily. It's going to teach you how to hit down the ball and using your wrist, which is the same movement we do during the hitting process. So you make sure you keep your elbows always over your ear. And you also control the power of it so you don't lose the ball and you can keep like a rhythm of hitting. Be ready to adjust if you need to. You can also use your upper body to give more power to the hit, okay? Now we're gonna practice some adapted exercise for our setting, okay? So the first exercise, we're gonna just push the ball, but we're gonna make sure that our hands has the form of the ball, and we're just gonna push it over our head on the wall. Make sure also you control it so you don't lose the ball, because if you make it too strong, it will go away and you're gonna have to run after it, okay? And then you can swap your hands. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay? And then you can add just the setting. Remember, if you put it on the chest, it's going to be harder to control. So make sure you send it upwards. Okay? Always try to keep the right foot in the front. Get down with the ball. Push the ball up. Push the ball up. Push the ball up. Over your head. Make sure you always get it over your head. Okay? Never on the chest, but get under the ball. Make sure you get over your head. It's very important to work on the technique of the setting, because if you do it too low, it's going to be considered carry and you're going to lose a point for your team. And if you're not sure that both hands are touching the ball at the same time, it's also going to be considered double fault. So make sure you work on your technique. Next exercise is you're going to set to yourself and make sure that you're always stepping with your right foot in the front. So you're going to transfer the weight from your back foot to your front foot every time you set. Obviously, when you're doing it individually into yourself, it's harder to do that. But when you're playing with someone else, it's very important that you transfer your weight from the back foot to the front foot while you're doing the setting movement. And you can play around. You can do it like a higher set, a lower set. When you make it a lower set, make sure you cushion well so you can stop a bit the power of the ball and you have more control. And when you want it higher, you gotta give it an extra push. So make sure you're always underneath the ball when you do that, okay? Now we're gonna practice our platform. It's very important that we try to always hit on a sweet spot, which means the forearms. Zoe's gonna do a very controlled practice, which means she's gonna platform one for herself and then she's going to try to hold the ball with her arms. And now we're just gonna play around, setting, platform, whatever you need to do to keep the ball up. Make sure you try to break your own record. Count how many times you can keep the ball without letting it fall, and do what you have to do. Remember, get always underneath the ball for setting, and make sure you get low and limit the movement of your arms when you're doing the platform. This practice of the platform, it's on the wall. We're gonna let the ball kick the floor once, and it's gonna make you move your feet and create space so you always meet the ball on your sweet spot, which means your forearms. Make sure you always put one hand on top of the other and you close, and your shoulders go down, okay? After doing this exercise that I had to move a lot to meet the ball each time you kick it in a different direction, or longer or shorter, now I'm going to try to limit my movement as much as I can, especially my arms. Okay, so I got to keep it low, and my arms got to be moving as less as I can. Okay. Once you're mastering this control, we're gonna vary. You're gonna try to challenge ourselves doing it sideways. Since I was facing the wall before, and now I'm gonna try to make it sideways. And now, if we want to challenge ourselves a bit, we're gonna keep this position that Zoe is in now, and we're gonna try to platform the ball to our target as many times as we can. We can try to count. We only can change our legs after doing 10 repetitions. So the key here is to try to keep your arms as steady as you can and try to move more with your hips. You have to control the power of the ball so that you don't lose it. It doesn't go away. Very good, Zoe.
Practicing your serve is really tricky, but if there's an open place or an open field anywhere where you can practice your toss or practice your serve, that's good. So I'm going to demonstrate a toss. A toss, you usually want it to toss it, and you usually want it to land it right in front of your feet, or close to your foot, and that's really good. So if you want to just practice tossing for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you could get a wall or get anything as possible and just practice it as often as you can. So I'm just gonna serve right now. And always make sure your elbow's back here. And repetition is the key.
Thank you for watching us. We'll be sending videos like this every week. Due to quarantine, we cannot work as a team, but those individual drills are very important for your skills development. Try to work them every week, and we'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, please contact us. Have a great week.